Alright, hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. It is the latest game by Owlcat Games, the people that made Pathfinder Kingmaker, which was an incredibly well-made Pathfinder CRPG. I only played a little bit of it because the initial launch version of it was kind of rough around the edges and a little mean. And I've always wanted to go back and play more of it because it seemed really, really good with all of the updates that they gave it. The problem is, I just didn't have time. And also, the entire game was not voice acted, which kind of held it back a little bit, in my opinion. I need voice acting on CRPGs, otherwise I destroy my throat, and that's rough. Anyway, now they've got Wrath of the Righteous, which has full voice acting, a ton more classes. Like, holy crap, I think I just spent half an hour making this guy. I didn't even go too far with him. We're going with a Dwarven Zen Archer Monk. Zen Archer variant of Monk, I don't know. I've never tried it before, but it seems like it could be really fun. And I've named him Torag Farpuncher. I didn't really have a portrait. If I can change these mid-run, I will probably draw him, but for now I just went with that one, because why not? Unfortunately, he has to be lawful good, because I guess monks have to be lawful good. We'll see how that works. It shouldn't be too much of a problem, but it might be. Make way, coming through. Fetch a healer, quick.
Hey, somebody! We got a wounded fighter. Can we get a healer over here?
My, would you look at this? But why would you drag a wounded fighter into the middle of the festival square? Couldn't he be carted off somewhere else, like, oh, I don't know, an infirmary? Or an accommodating ditch?
Ouch.
Make room, everyone! Step back! Now, what's the matter? What happened to him? The wound looks nasty. Who did this to him?
Demons, Prelate. We found him barely alive outside the walls of Canabris.
The walls, you say? Enemy doesn't usually stray so close to the city. Must fortify the defenses. And you, hold fast. Don't die. We'll see you right. We'll get you patched up now. But first, you there, guard. Take his weapons. Bearing arms is not permitted during the festival. Wounded or not, everyone must abide by the rules. He can get his things back after the festival. O Inheritor, leader of our troops, the sharpened edge of our blades and the unyielding strength of our armor, Iomade, I beseech you, grant your mercy. Heal his wounds.
Grit your teeth in silence.
My powers are not enough here. Someone call for Terendelev. You there! Yes, you! Stop dithering and gawping and make yourself useful. Go and get Terendelev!
Prelate, surely there is somebody else here better suited to running errands.
I'll get her! Terendelev! Has anyone seen Terendelev?
Be quick about it before it's too late. Now, who are you? I don't remember seeing you before, and I have an excellent memory for faces.
I wonder if these actually change your character's backstory, or if he calls you out on it. Oh, I guess we're just Torag Farpunch, not Farpuncher. Torag Farpunch works better. Anyway, I'm Torag Farpunch.
That's the first I've heard of that name. Who are you, then? What's your business in the city?
My dear Prelate, please, for the sake of the festivities, stop interrogating this poor man. He has been through enough already. Go on. I'll take care of him.
All right, as you wish. You are our protector, and a dragon at that. So I shall defer to your wisdom. But be on your guard. I've been informed he was wounded near Canabris. That means the demons are prowling just outside the walls, and the city is crawling with their spies. Others may be able to relax on this holiday, but not you or I. Not the defenders of this city.
Canabris. Oh boy, that's a lot. Okay, there's a lot of lore, and some of this I might read. Some of this, maybe not so much so. I think for the most part, for those of you that are actually interested in the lore, I'm just going to mouse over, and if you guys want to read it, you can just pause. Because as much as I'd like to read all of this stuff, my voice cannot handle that. So I will just mouse over them when they go by, probably after the dialogue is gone, and then move on.
Pry loose the grudging grip of pain. Cast off the veil of suffering flesh. Let light and life go forth in triumph to repel the skulking shade of death. There.
Thank you for helping me.
I accept your thanks. But my work is not yet done.
Who are you?
My name is Terendelev. I am the protector of the city.
Are you really a dragon?
You don't believe me? Perhaps I should retake my true form and engulf this square with my ice breath to win your trust. Pay no mind to my current guise. I appear this way when I walk among the people. I would hamper the festivities if I tried to attend in my true form.
What happened to me?
I do not know yet, and that troubles me. I am not entirely sure what the demons did to you. This wound is no ordinary injury, and it was inflicted by no ordinary weapon. I have rid you of your pain and restored your strength, but only time will allow you to heal fully.
Can I go?
Certainly, but be careful. I have managed to get you back on your feet, but I have not healed you fully. Alas, sooner or later, your pain will return. But do not be discouraged. You will recover, I promise you that. Tomorrow, come to the cathedral and say that you are expected by Terendelev, protector of Canabras. We will find a way to help you. But for now, put this out of your mind and enjoy the festival. They are all too rare in this time of war, and merriment is one of the best medicines.
Alright. It's time to drink and be merry and things. Mostly... punch? Okay, first questions first. Fighting defensively, cool. Yeah, I'll admit I tried loading this up before. This is my second time loading this. Oh, I'm really glad I actually went with the symbol. That looks sick. This is the art that I did for my Cyberpunk thumbnail video essay review thing, and I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna just hide basic gameplay. I pretty much know how to play these games. There's probably a couple of bits of nuance that I don't know. I wish there was a setting for like, hey, I've played pretty much every other CRPG. Give me a quick lowdown, and that's about it. Because, like, boy, I've played pretty much every CRPG to ever come out. I haven't played any of them to the end, but I've played all of them. I should play more of them. The big issue is how long they are and the reading. And it's like, well, do I just, like, record them and then do, like, a review, recap thing? Or, gosh, I don't even know. I was gonna try and formulate a fart joke there, but I didn't really succeed. You know, not gonna lie, the city does not seem prepared for this. Despite the fact that they're supposed to be living in the shadow of demons forever.
Discari, Lord of Locusts, leave my city!
Wow.
Let the feast begin.
You know, I was kind of expecting a little bit more out of a Silver Dragon than that.
Discari's here. Discari himself. Blimey! One minute we had a dragon, the next, bam, she was gone. What are you gonna do? Fight or flee? If flee is your plan, let me help you out. I've got a scroll here with a good protective spell.
I've seen you somewhere before.
Yeah, you have. You owe me your life. I'm the one who found you outside the walls and brought you inside to be healed. I see they patched you up. Good thing they did it before the attack, or else you'd have been done for.
Who's Discari?
You must have got a good drubbing round the head, brother. Discari's a demon lord, the most fearsome enemy of all crusaders and all living things, come to think of it.
What's the situation in the city?
Who knows? Everything's on fire, crashing down around our ears. Place is crawling with demons. Looks like a whole army attacked the city. We're sitting ducks.
I think I'm going to look for a way out of here. Give me that protective spell.
Right away. Stand still now. No fidgeting while I cast this on you. Good luck. Try not to get eaten now.
The halfling's words are drowned out by a terrible rumbling and the rustling of countless tiny wings. I really like my character model that I picked. He looks very burly.
Take that, buckhead.
A mortal gnat snaps its jaws at the Lord of Locusts. Behold, Iomade. Behold the death I sow.
The silver dragon, Terendelev, the defender of Canabras, fell in battle. Hardly surprising, as she had to fight the demon lord Discari himself. He willed the land to part and swallow all who dared to stand in his way. But the war was still far from over.
Well, how do I... There we go. Perfect. Hello!
Holy mother of...
A small woman with messy brown hair winces in pain, uttering a stream of curses. Cripes, that's loud. Through clenched teeth, she is pinned to the ground by a couple of weighty boulders.
Hey, stay with me. You actually got pretty lucky. You fell down into a black hole. But at least you're not on your own. You've got a great companion. Everything's going to be just fine. Tell me something. Can you feel your legs?
I feel them all right. When say no to a little less feeling in them. My ankle's killing me, but my back seems to still be in one piece. My head, too.
That's all that matters. Now, we're going to... Hey! Fancy meeting you down here. You're the one that Terendelev healed today, right? You aren't injured, are you? Will you help me get her out from under the boulders?
Oh, I guess I got a +6 to both of these. We don't have to rely on brute... we don't have to rely on brute strength for this. I'll try and find something to use as a lever. What did I roll? Oh, I roll well. All right, you quickly find some suitable sticks as you free the wounded woman from the rubble without even breaking a sweat.
Look at you. It's good to meet someone who uses brains first and brawn second.
Damn it all. I think it's broken. Oh well, I've had worse. I'll just make myself a splint out of something. Thanks for the help. I wouldn't have lasted long on my own stuck under there. I'm Anevia Tirabade, of the Eagle Watch. I was overseeing security at the festival square. I thought maybe spies or demon worshippers might have something nasty planned. What actually happened, though, now that I did not see coming. I don't think anyone could have been prepared for that.
Well, I'm Sela, paladin by the grace of Iomade. I crossed the whole continent to come to Mendev and fight demons. And well, I've been fighting for a while now. I don't even want to think what might be happening up there in the city. Canabras has lost the protection of Terendelev, and of the Wardstone too, looks like. It's a relic without equal. It was placed here personally by Iomade's herald, with the goddess's blessing. I really wanted to go see it, to pray before it. But there's no point worrying about a stone when there are people dying in the streets.
Yeah, things are looking grim enough, but don't lose heart. Wardstone or no, dragon or no, Canabras will never give in. Simple as. Well, we've introduced ourselves. What about you?
I just love the idea of just constantly responding with, whenever I get the chance, I'm just going to respond with my name. My name is Torag Farpunch.
Good to meet you. Now, tell us all about yourself.
Whoa, girl. Slow down. Exchanging names is enough for now. We don't have time to be swapping life stories. We need to find a way out of here. Now then, I'll hobble my way out of here somehow. The city ain't far, only 30 paces or so. That's if you're going straight up, of course. I'm afraid we're gonna have to go the long way round.
To summarize, there are 3 of us with 5 working legs, 3 pairs of decent hands, 2 clear heads, and 1 made of wood. That's mine. Underground monsters beware! Anevia, you stay behind us. You're in no fit state to fight. If we do come up against anything, the 2 of us will try to manage on our own first. Well, onward! May the good deities lead us back to the open skies soon.
Okay. Real question. I don't have a bow. She has a bow. It's a short bow, but... Okay, shared inventory is lovely. Alright, there we go. Hopefully we don't have to worry about ammunition here. I don't see anything ammunition-centric. There we go. And hopefully, because I've got the bow... Oh, loot. Oh. Well, that's some goodies right there. Is that longbow? Better. Perfect. And we'll give her the Cloak of Resistance. My saves, I think, are much higher. Not that much higher. But they're there. Alright, perfect. We're getting Dragon Scale.
Who's there?
The fine apparel of this young half-elf woman is torn and stained with blood, dust, and dirt. However, she holds herself with such dignity that you could have forgiven her for thinking that you were for thinking you were at a high society party, and not in the dank catacombs under the city. Her fingers grip her rapier hilt with confidence, ready to draw it at a moment's notice. At her feet lies a dead body, so mutilated that at first glance it's hard to tell if it's animal or human.
Relax, friend. We're not demons or cultists. Don't poke my eye out with that thing, all right? We fell down here during the attack. I'm Sela, that's Anevia, and this is our new friend. We're looking for a way back to the surface.
Really? I'm so ever glad to hear it. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Camellia. I was also in the square when... I can scarcely believe it. How did all those demons get into the city? I thought, naively it now seems, that the Wardstone protected us from attack. And Terendelev, I can't wrap my head around it.
Tell me more about yourself.
Who am I? Just an ordinary citizen who decided to take a stroll through the square on the day of the festival. But that's not what you wish to know, is it? You most likely wish to know whether I'll be a burden should you ask me to join your group. No need to worry about that. I can assure you that I am skilled with a rapier, and I also possess some knowledge of magic.
She touches the polished snake skull amulet that hangs around her neck. What happened to the poor man? Who is he?
I don't know. He must have been in the square when disaster struck. I tried to revive him, but he was already dead, sadly.
He didn't get these wounds from the fall. Be on your guard. Whatever killed him likely hasn't gone far.
Hang on. I think I know him. His name's Aravashniel, the egghead from the library. He was a good lad, even if he was kind of stuck up. May his soul rest in peace.
Do you want to join us?
Certainly. Survivors should stick together. It's only sensible. Who knows what else could be prowling about in these caves?
We need to keep moving. There must be a way back to the surface somewhere around here.
That's right. It would be the height of foolishness to survive a demon attack only to perish under a pile of rubble.
Let's see if this poor bloke has anything useful on him. Not to sound like a heartless brigand or nothing, but we kinda need all the supplies we can get right now.
And the party grows. What, there's 4 of us? Kind of. And that guy was absolutely not loaded with goodies. Alright. So this game has real-time with pause or just real-time. I'm just going to stick to real-time for the time being. Can I attack? Yes. Okay, looks like my character attacks. I wonder if I can set AI for him. Maybe? I don't know. I know I could turn on turn-based mode and really have, like, fine-tuned control, but I find that tends to make these games a lot longer, so I'll reserve that for the hard fights. You know what gets my goat with this game? Oh. Oh, Anivia can attack. I see. She's just not officially part of the party yet. Okay, well, we're just kind of mowing through them pretty quick. I appreciate. Anything else? We've got another dead man. But I'll take it. Those were goodies. In fact, those are bracers of armor. Which are kind of perfect. Oh, wait, no. I already have bracers of armor. Oh, engraved lucky bracers. Grant extra AC, reflexible. Okay, that's good. Question. Yeah, it does not actually stack with armor. And she's got a chain shirt. She's a spirit hunter. Shaman. Huh. And just a regular old paladin. I love regular old paladins. I understand them. This, I don't know, actually. Oh, she's got enlarged person. That one's kind of neat. Dismiss spell. Let's move that to the end of her bar. Spirit weapon enchantment. For a minute. Spirit Hunter can, as a swift action, grant a +1 bonus for 1 minute to any weapon she's holding, and it keeps going up. Can add Ghost Touch. Can I do that as many times as I want per day? I guess that's something I'll keep in mind. She also has Cure Light Wounds. It might be useful. I just don't know if it'd be useful right now. I don't know. There we go. Hell yeah, archery. Now I've got charge. That's useless. Perfect strike. Fighting defensively. I thought I had, like, flurry of blows. True Deflection. That doesn't look like it. I also seem to have a smorgasbord of potions. But that's something for later. Rainbow Quartz and Flame Tongue. But I'm pretty sure that's not the sweet sword. I think I might try and go for a party that is at least, like, partly decked out in ranged equipment. I was thinking of, like, it'd be really cool to have a party of people that start ranged, and kind of, like, pull enemies to them instead. Because you can usually get, like, a shot or two on enemies before they get to you. I don't know, I've never done an archery party before, and I think that could be really sweet.
No, I can't just walk away. It's got to be here somewhere.
You struggle to make out the man's features in the gloom. As soon as he steps into the circle of light, however, you realize that you have never encountered a creature like this before. The stranger looks like the work of a vivisectionist who attempted to stitch together a lizard and a man.
Wanderbots!
The man notices you and freezes. The curling horn protruding from his head casts a malevolent shadow on the cave wall.
Lan, did you find it? Who is that?
The woman looks just as strange as her companion, like a cross between a cat and a spider. When she catches sight of you, she immediately drops to a fighting stance. Her movements reveal a lethal grace of a wild predator.
The DoGooders here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt. Wait. They might know what's going on up there.
Demons are laying waste to Canabras.
If things are as bad as you say, then we all have to hurry.
You didn't come from the direction of the shield maze. Damn it. I couldn't care less about what's happening on the surface, but the maze...
I realize that you guys have your own troubles, but we need to be in Canabras. People are dying up there. Please, show us the way out.
Who are you, tieflings?
Tieflings are the descendants of people who sullied themselves by mating with demons. Our ancestors would never sink that low. We are the Underground Crusaders, the children of the Crusades' finest.
Sadly, Underground Crusaders is a bit of a mouthful, so people usually just call us Mongrels.
You just love repeating that, don't you, Lan? Mongrels. That's what the Uplanders call us. But we call ourselves Neathers.
No matter what you call us, it's not gonna stop our horns, hooves, or tails from growing.
Never heard of Underground Crusaders before.
In Canabras, they're called mongrels. People say that they come up to the surface at night and eat anyone foolish enough to wander alone after midnight. To tell you the truth, I thought you guys were just a tale to tell kids at night.
That's human gratitude for you. Our forefathers suffered the consequences of demonic corruption, all to protect Mendev and Golarion. And for what? So we could become monsters used to frighten children.
So Mendev is the nation they're on, and Golarion is probably the planet. Yep. Neat.
Every mongrel has their own take on it. Our chief, for example, thinks of us as something like a reserve military force. He thinks we're standing by until the moment we're needed, and when we emerge on the surface and save the day, all the people will see how good we are and they'll love us for it. Yeah, he leaves that last part out when he talks about it, of course, but it's easy enough to read between the lines.
What is this place?
This is the hall where we remember the glory of our forebears. Sorry about the mess. It doesn't usually look like this, trust me. Sometimes we even wipe the dust off the exhibits.
This is where the relics of the first Crusaders are displayed. Our lives are short. Our glories are quickly forgotten. But this place helps us to remember that we are just as worthy as anyone else. And that our lives are not lived in vain.
The first Crusaders? You've been down here that long? That's crazy.
What are you doing here?
That's none of your bit.
We're looking for a holy sword. It was here, in the center, sticking out of a rock. The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off for the shield maze. They figured it had collapsed, and now it's their time to go up to the surface, like all the legends foretold. Except they don't have a clue what's waiting for them up there. They're not fighters. And Saul, the chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. He says that now isn't the time for the Underground Crusaders to take up arms. If we get the Holy Sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind.
It's a fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone use it to save anyone. It's not an ordinary weapon. It's made from righteous heavenly flame, and will burn anyone who touches it. Do you think you're special, Lan?
I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. An angel's sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be able to work a minor miracle. Speaking of which, you're still here, Wendu, which means that deep down, you know it's possible.
Maze, does it really lead to the surface?
Yes. There are other ways up, but they are far from here. And after the earthquakes, there's a good chance they've collapsed. But the maze... There's a legend among our people that when the walls of the maze fall, that will be a signal for us, the Underground Crusaders, that the time has come to go up to the surface and fight the demons in the final confrontation. Until then, the people say the maze is shielding us from taking rash actions. I'm the only one in our whole tribe to have been in the maze. And even I don't know if it's true. But the further I went in the maze, the fresher the air became. That means that it really must lead to the surface.
When the ceiling and walls started shaking, the young ones in our tribe lost their heads. They figured the maze was going to collapse, so it was time to go up to the surface. They grabbed whatever weapons were on hand and ran off toward the maze. They think the maze is no longer a danger to them. They've been listening to Wendwog too much.
Don't try to blame this on me. Yes, I told them that our people are capable of making our way through the maze. In the future. But I always told them to wait until I had made a map of all the maze's dangers. I warned them 100 times. But it was no use. My words just went in one ear and out the other.
A sword of holy flame, how did it wind up down here?
It came here with its owner. A long time ago. 50,000 gongs to be precise.
70 years ago, in Uplander time.
50,000 gongs ago, our forebears found a dead angel here, along with the bodies of his comrades. The tribe gave them a dignified burial, and they were laid to rest with their weapons. But the flaming angelic sword was stuck in a rock, and no one was able to pull it out. It burned to the touch, like real fire. So the rock was placed over the angel's grave. It should be here somewhere.
Maybe the angel will dig himself out and find the sword for us. That might be our best shot in this chaos.
Lan, watch your tongue.
We'll find the sword faster if we work together. I'll help you.
Thanks. An extra pair of eyes can only help. The sword will be easy enough to spot. It looks, swordy. Help us, and in return, we'll get you out of here.
Now we're talking. Let's get to work. It's a good thing we all bumped into each other, isn't it?
What, you want to find the sword quickly so the underground monsters bring you back to the surface? So be it.
Okay, so they're not actually officially part of the party yet. Lore religion. Unfortunately, not really my character's strong suit, but I'll try it anyway. Ayy. A statue of an unknown knight. The technique is crude, but the figure was clearly crafted with genuine feeling. Judging by the style of armor, the knight is from the First Crusade. Yeah, I really cranked up my perception. Room looks like an improvised museum, or perhaps some kind of temple. Okay, I might want to turn that off. We'll see. Maybe not. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm turning that off. Options. Oh, hey, I can just change this whenever I want. Cool. Let's see. We want to do auto pause. Auto pause when hidden object is detected. I turned that on, thinking that, you know, there's a lot of hidden objects. Oh, I found it. Day 15th, month Ardoris, 8. Year, 8th month Ardoris, year 4715. The strange flash pierces the gloom, and Torag Farpunch feels drops of searing blood run down his chest. The wound healed by Terendelev reopens and weeps scarlet, but there's no pain or weakness. A hazy scene appears, a cave chamber. This one, or another one entirely. Torag Farpunch's heartbeat quickens, and a stream of thoughts suddenly bursts into his mind, thoughts that clearly belong to another. Treachery! They betrayed me, trapped me, and stabbed me in the back. My trusted allies, my treasured friends, the people I swore to protect, the people for whom I descended from heaven and came to this turbulent mortal world. There they are, up ahead in the gloom of the cave. What are they waiting for? Are they afraid to draw any closer? Do they believe I am about to die from their traitorous blows? Next to me, a quiet moan. A girl with golden braid lies on the rocks, clutching her slashed side. She refused to join the traitors and paid dearly for it. I could have tried to run, but I will not. Whilst I have the strength, I must. While recognizing the foreign origin of the thoughts, Torag Farpunch intuits that he can control them somehow. Heal the wounded girl. Okay. A spark of healing magic illuminates the eerie, murky scene before Torag Farpunch. The wounded girl opens her eyes and whispers, L'Oreal, You said that everything was going to change soon. You said that you and the other warriors of heaven would be leaving us on a grand mission to stop the demons forever. Is it true? The frenzy of foreign thoughts comes faster and faster, like a rushing river, and images flash by, one after another. A priestess in colorful robes observing the stars, a young female paladin praying, clutching her glowing sword, a majestic golden-winged angel gazing into the distance, his face covered by a helmet, but his voice ringing clear. Only if you're willing, only if you're ready, there is no going back. Then don't waste your strength healing me, the girl whispers. Your mission is more important. You take care. It is near. There, in the vision, the darkness in the cave stirs into motion. Something massive appears within its depths. A vague shadow, an outline, a nightmare come to life. A wave of odious chirruping and rustling emanates from the shadow, the sound piercing like hot irons, lancing through flesh and bone. The traitors fall to their knees before the shadow in reverent ecstasy, and the wounded girl thrashes in her death throes. The yawning chest wound burns white hot. Torag Farpunch's head pounds with pain, and it is no longer clear whose pain it is. The person called Lariel who sent this vision, or the one unlucky enough to receive it. But Torag Farpunch is determined to fight off the illusion. Failed it. Really? Damn. The force of this terrifying attack, though originating in a vision, is much greater than anything Torag Farpunch can withstand. Crippling fatigue drags him to the ground, hands trembling, cold piercing his skull, and slowly creeping along his spine. The one who sent the vision is experiencing something similar. He's broken and exhausted. A monstrous shadow emerges in the murk of the cave. It is not real. It exists only in the strange vision or memory, but the thrill of fear it provokes is more than real. The shadow's features starkly resemble those of Discari, the terrifying demon lord. In a movement as swift as thought itself, the monster's hand is wrapped around the throat of the one they called Lariel. The foolish angel struggling on the rocks like a fly with its wings torn off, intones the shadow. Its voice changes as it moves, shifting from quiet whispering to a sonorous shout, becoming young, then old, and then quavering. Where is your goddess, angel? Where is her self-assured herald? How is it that you are dying here alone, so far from the light of your heaven? A strange calm envelops the thoughts of one called Lariel. He recognizes who stands before him, and he knows he will never bow down before this enemy. The flaming sword flares to life in his hand, bright, pure, flickering with multicolored sparks, like a sunbeam through stained glass. Slash! The blade slices through the demonic creature's flesh, and the monster recoils with a howl, releasing his grip on Lariel's throat. The angel falls back heavily on the rocks. His vitality is ebbing, but his pride remains undiminished. He grips the sword, and with his last burst of strength, plunges it into the rock. Torag Farpunch senses the vision is fading, but the rush of thoughts diminishing like a river running dry. The last thing he hears is this. You will kill me, monster. You will kill me, monster. This I know, but one day someone will come here. Raise up my sword. They will raise it up and... Honestly, I'm gonna go for number one. Let's go with a little bit more wrath. Punish evildoers and traitors. I always thought, protect, save and protect always seems like the best way of doing things, and I think to some degree, I think that is still valid. The problem I often run into with that is, if evildoers aren't properly brought to justice, either they or someone just like them will always come back. So let's go with number one. The vision disappears, vanishing into a burst of colors. Torag Farpunch does not hear the final words, but he seems to complete the thought, taking it to heart. The words fly from his lips, and with them something else. The heat blazing in Torag Farpunch's chest fades away. The edges of the scarlet wound close, leaving not even a scar behind. Looking down, Torag Farpunch sees the flaming sword in his hand, or rather its outline, the memory of what the sword looked like. With a final surge of warm and soothing light, the sword vanishes, and the light is drawn into his hand. Torag senses that it will return. All he need do is call it. Sweet! Super Saiyan Dwarf!
Hey! Are you alright? You were kinda glowing just now.
Sela kneels before the light, offering up a prayer to Iomade.
That was it. The light of heaven. But how?
What did you do with it? Where did it go?
I think I saw the memories of Lariel, the angel who died here.
Lariel? That really was Lariel? The angel from the legends. The ancestors even got his name right on the gravestone. The chief will be thrilled.
You. Thousands of gongs and no one's been able to touch it, and now you, an ordinary creature of flesh and blood no different to us, get the sword and start talking about visions.
Now, Wentwog, don't be a sore loser. He is clearly different from us. The sword appeared before him, along with the angel's name and all that other stuff, because he doesn't carry our mongrel taint. Heaven doesn't give a damn how special we are. We're born with evil inside us. Heaven doesn't need to know any more than that. I know you're willing to tear anyone apart to uphold our people's honor, but you and Sol, you just refuse to face the truth. We are the way we are because our ancestors' bodies were corrupted by the Abyss. It does the same thing to plants and animals. There's nothing heroic or special about it. It doesn't make us better, and it doesn't make us worthier.
That's kind of a morose monologue there. Also, what would have happened if I was a tiefling? Anyway, it seems I can control it.
That is just... wow, I mean, that's amazing! Heaven has truly blessed you.
This power is the most majestic thing I've ever seen in all my life. Is this what the sun is like, Lan?
Yes, it's similar. But this light is more... golden? Chief Sol needs to see this. Now that we have the power of angels on our side, he can't say no. He'll have to assemble a troop to storm the maze. You Uplanders care about your kids, right? Help us save ours. Without them, we won't survive. And then, the perils of the maze won't be so bad if we go together. We'll make our way through it and find the way to Canabras.
Lead us to your chief and I'll decide if I'm going to help you or not. Where's the, yeah, sure, why not? Where is the Ein Torag Far Punch button? I'm disappointed.
Let's go. We'll take the short route. Well, the only route, really.
Sweet. More secrets for me to find. I gotta check, because I didn't check this corner, and considering my passive perception seems to be absurd. Okay, nothing else. What was that? Protection from evil. Ah. Okay, rolling dice. Well, we did it. I don't know what happens with a failure on that one. This is just results failure. Okay, so what are these guys? He is... also seems to be an archer. Whoops. I was like, oh man, I should make a Zen archer. Let's see if they're any good. And the answer is, we immediately just get another Zen archer. And she's a fighter. I thought she was going to be a rogue. Well, shoot. Well, on the flip side, we do... wait. What happened to... what's-her-face? Maybe she'll come and join us. She just kind of disappeared. Okay. What does she have, equipment-wise? You know how I said I wanted to have shooty team? Oh, there she is. She was just hiding up above. Well, I know she's a rogue of some variety. Anyway, yeah, we're just gonna try and go for the opening salvo. I probably should have played as a rogue. I was really trying to decide which class I wanted to roll with. Because I know rogues are kind of handy from the perspective of being able to... rogues are super handy from the perspective of being able to, like, open locks and doors and so on and so forth. And we're gonna need one, no matter what. I just didn't want to be the rogue this time. Okay. I really don't need to see most of these tutorials. This comes at a really fortuitous time for... oh, boy. There we go. Well, they die in a hurry. We haven't taken too much damage yet. I might have made this too easy, but if you want to know why I'm like a little leery of like, go back down for a hot second just in case. Little leery of difficulty in this game. You can go back to my Pathfinder Kingmaker series. Oh yeah, there's more. There's also apparently loot that I missed. Okay. This is going to be a little odd to navigate. Wish I could zoom out just a bit further. Alright. I'm just going to take him. It doesn't look like I can go back. Okay, so I guess I'm out of luck there. But at least have him try and get across here and we'll see what happens. Oh, it's just everybody. Alright. Let's see. Alright. Small earthen elemental. I'm honestly not against the idea of having 2 Zen archers, but what are the chances of that happening? Considering how many stinking classes there are and archetypes available, I feel... I don't know if I want to say necessarily kind of tacky that I ended up with the same as an NPC. I'm sure we're going to end up with other NPCs too if I want to diversify. But alternatively, I could just, like, go all in, you know, give every single person a ranged attack. Because I know... Let me check. We got a crossbow now. Let's, all in, baby! Alright, there we go. I'll have to remember to switch characters' weapons around, but it's fine. What I really want is a druid. I want a druid and I want a rogue. The druid for slow web, spike growth, that kind of thing, and a rogue for lockpicking. Oh no, is it not fully voice acted? Wendwag glances at Lon, who is fixing his slipped bowstring and quickly walks over to you. Her cat-like eyes glow from beneath the hood. Listen here, you. I don't know who you are or where you came from, but you and I are the only 2 people who see things clearly. That's why I'm asking you, don't show the light of heaven to Sol. Lon is sure that the light should be shown to the mongrels. Lon, Windwag grimaces, and a guttural husky snarl unfurls in her throat. He wants to play the hero. His first idea, if you remember, was to grab the sword and run headlong into the maze. Does that sound like a plan to you? To me, it sounds like suicide. The worst part is that the tribe might actually take his words to heart and follow where he leads. I thought you considered the mongrels to be great warriors. The descendants of great warriors. I believe that my people are worthy of greatness. That we are strong and can do many things. That's why we are chased down here. We scared people. But it's one thing to go hunting in the caves and another to fight in the shield maze. Wendwag leans closer, her pupils dilating. I've been there. I've spent my whole life training so I can make it through all the way to the end. There were more of us trackers at the start. We were young and stupid. What's a couple of monsters when there's a whole world out there waiting for us? That's what we thought, but we weren't prepared. The maze isn't just a physical challenge, it's cunning and full of traps. It's dark as the primordial night, and if you close your eyes and listen, you hear the whispers right behind you, and soft singing in the distance that seems to rise and fall with the beating of your heart. Wendwag looks away. I've had to learn from my friends' mistakes. I had to step over their bodies and go further. I don't want to have to do that again, and it will happen again if a crowd of ill-prepared fighters burst into the maze with no idea where they're going, all because Lon believes that a glowing sword will solve all our problems. Don't you want to save the kids lost in the maze? I do want to, but I'm not going to risk the future of the tribe for the sake of a few stupid kids. Chief Soul is hesitant, and for good reason. He also understands how dangerous this is for the tribe. Lon's the only one who benefits from these childish games of heroism. I'll go alone if I have to and find them, or whatever is left of them, without any heroics, relying only on myself, risking only my own life. Wanderbots slows. You and your friends, you can come with me. Perhaps we can make it to the end of the maze, together, and find a way out to the surface. Well, think about it. Let's go. Don't show the chief the light, and I'll lead you through the maze to the surface, I swear it. Anevia is just like, did I miss something? I want to be part of this conversation. Yeah, I don't really know. I know these games have some, like, significant choice making, and that is part of the reason why they're so good. That there's, like, a decent amount of branches, and you really can roleplay. Okay. I miss when Alt was the button to highlight. Tab is weird. I think mostly for me. I think Tab actually makes plenty of sense. Your first impression of the Mongrel village is of a squalid dump, with the odors to match. Unblinking, glowing eyes watch you from the gloom, and deformed shadows slope between the huts. You see some mongrels gutting white eyeless fish, while others are repairing fishing nets. All the signs of normal village life, but tense expectation hangs in the air. A heavy-set aged mongrel slowly shuffles his way up toward you. The hair on his head grows in limp, wispy strands, and his face has a distinctly rat-like appearance with pronounced teeth. Then you hear a rattling sound in his chest with every breath he takes. One of his eyes is white, fully scarred by cataracts, while others gleam with moisture.
Uplanders, eh?
No, that's too close to my voice.
Uplanders, eh? The end times are upon us indeed.
Chief Soul, we found the Angel's Sword. We found the one who can wield it. Lon points at you. He had a vision, and now the Angel's Sword, together with the light of heaven, are somehow inside him. Gather the tribe, anyone who can wield a weapon. The young ones are still alive, and we can go save them. Chief Soul raises his hand with ragged, broken fingernails.
Ah, Lon, always dreaming, always talking. You're too hasty. Too hasty for your own good. It's going to get you into trouble.
Soul eyes you up and down.
An uplander with the light of heaven. That's too good for us. Our kind don't have good things happen. There's always a catch. Man trusts people he likes to believe. Isn't that right, Lon? I'm the chief, and I don't work on faith. Show the light.
Interesting. Throughout the game, you'll occasionally encounter colored options marked with this associated mystic path. These dialogue branches that embody the spirit of a particular manifestation of mythic powers. In the early stages of the game, these options must be selected in order to gain the opportunity to set out on the corresponding mythic path. Once your mythic path is set, unique alternatives inaccessible to other mythic paths will become available to you. I mean, Angel Mythic Path, I'll have to look at the various mythic paths. But, I mean, it fits really in, it really fits my character's, like, punish evildoers thing. I feel bad. Normally I would actually go with the Lon is mistaken, maybe just because the tribe does not seem ready for this. But at the same time, you know, actually the flip side, I will say, and this is something I struggle with when it comes to games and some other dialogue choices, is that when it comes to, like, these events, you have demons invading the surface. That shit's gonna leak down eventually. It's not even gonna take that long. As soon as they decide to try and explore that chasm, they're gonna find these people. So to some degree, arming them and getting them ready almost is the wise thing. Yes, leaving them to their simple life seems good. But I think they'd all rather be, you know, die with swords in their hands than getting ambushed in the middle of the night, if that makes sense. At least one of those gives them a chance.
Lon speaks the truth.
You performed a lawful action. The heavenly flame flares to life at your unspoken command, bright, pure, dancing with multicolored sparks like a sunbeam passing through stained glass. The mongrels abandon their tasks and stare transfixed. The light is bright, but not blinding. It is warm, but the warmth is soul deep. Sul is silent for a while, tears streaming down his wide, pale face, but the old man doesn't even care to wipe them away.
So it's true, the angel did not forsake us. No, he came back from the dead. He came to save our children.
Lon gives you a nod of thanks. The scaled half of his face is indifferent, but the human half is visibly relieved. As if he wasn't sure all this time that you would support him. Wendewog hisses at you like an angry cat. See these fishermen and these hunters, these husks of men and women? Their blood will be on your hands.
We have the blessings of angels. We will survive and help the young tribesmen.
Idiot! You see a bright light and now you think even the maze is no match for you. You always think the worst, Wendewog. We're not on our own in this anymore. We've got allies. Well, a couple at least. But one good fighter's worth 10 bad ones.
You have the right of it, Lon. We are neithers. We're going to wait. I sent a messenger to summon all the tribes. It will take time, yes. But they will come, and they will all come for the light. Wait, Lon. Wait, Uplanders. Rest a while in our hutch. Our home is your home.
Alright, Chief. Understood. Let's hope that a few hours isn't the difference between life and death for those kids. They ask me what took us so long. I'll tell them it was your decision. Why can't we just go? I'd just be like, yo, we're gonna go do the maze. Catch up to us. We'll clear the way. Okay. Allocate skill points. I kind of wish there was just, like, automatic, just put them back into the ones. Well, here's a question, though. Because I might want to spread it out a little bit. At least initially. We've got a lot of these that I could lose a +1 bonus on, you know, a handful of these to gain a massive bonus on many other skills. You know, later on I think I will want to specialize more. But, like, I'm not against doing that, so we have a massive plus in pretty much everything except for Trickery, which somebody else will cover. Arcana, which we'll get somebody else to cover. Persuasion, I'm kind of here and there on. Oh, Seela's pretty good, actually. It's really the knowledge skills that we kind of need. Stealth. Frankly, I don't care about that, so we'll take those back. Athletics and mobility we'll probably want. Perception, we are king. Everybody else is pretty good too, though. But yeah, I think saving those extra points, I think maybe that's what I will do, is that I'm going to divvy out the points between knowledge kind of equally, because I doubt we'll ever need, like, a massive bonus. We might. There might be a couple of options, but I think it's better for me to focus on other things. Ooh. I'm going to put it into perception. We're just going to have that be our slight specialty. And we'll kind of alternate between these two, too. Okay. I have no idea if deflect arrows actually works. What is crane style? Ah, is good. Okay, I want to take a look at a couple of these things. Fast movements, key arrows, key strike magic, point blank master. Okay. As a bonus feat, if it doesn't meet the prerequisites. Choose one type of ranged weapon. You do not provoke attacks of opportunity when firing weapon when threatened. Okay. I'm confused why it's saying I shouldn't pick these. Because it really seemed like point blank shot and rapid shot are really good. I know there's point blank master. I gotta look this up. Okay. I have no idea why it's not recommending this. It makes no sense to me, because I know point blank shot is second only to precise. I know why rapid shot isn't that great, just because I think this cannot be used specifically with flurry of blows. Maybe? I'll have to look into it, but I'm assuming that's Did I already get weapon focus? I think I did. Yeah, I did get weapon focused longbow. I'll have to respec. Stupid recommendations. It's fine. I know there's going to be an NPC that lets me respec at some point, so I'll just be able to work around it. This is going to take a bit, isn't it? I'm just going to speed ahead. Alright. I've leveled the characters. We've got things to do, but I think at this point this is actually... Oh, we've identified a bone amulet. Huh. Oh. Allows the wearer to conceal their alignment. What is their alignment? Undetectable. Blue blood. Well, that's worrying. Also, I'm a little bit disappointed. There's two things that I don't like about this. One, the fact that it seems like the full voice acting drops off pretty quick, which is just a shame. The other, I'm going to actually drop this down because some of the music got kind of aggressive. Like, I was really hoping this would be fully voice acted. I realize that's expensive, but at the same time, it makes my life so much easier. The other thing... There's no sound effects slider. I can't turn down combat noises. I can turn everything else down, but that's it. Either way, though, this is an incredibly competent CRPG, on par with the absolute best that I've seen. So, Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, Tyranny, Divinity Original Sin. I'd say Divinity is a little bit better in terms of, like, the combat. Just the elemental combos are just peerless. But already I'm more engaged in the plot with this, so it's really just kind of a trade-off one way or another. I have no idea where this stands in comparison to Baldur's Gate 3, because I really haven't played a whole lot of Baldur's Gate 3. I played like 4 hours of it, and I was like, boy, this is a lot of dialogue. The pacing on this seems a little bit better already. But, all that said, Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous is available now on Steam, Good Old Games, and the Epic Games Store. I don't actually know if it's available on any other platforms. Like, I don't know if it's on consoles yet. And I won't know for a while. But either way, I think it's really cool, and I want to play more of it. The lack of voice acting slows me down, and also just kind of long story games. Like, this is a 100-hour kind of game. So if I really want to do that, that's going to be one heck of a commitment. I'd be down, but I really... That kind of thing scares me, because I end up locked in for a while. So at the very least, I have to say, big thumbs up. I want to play more of this. Just the question is whether or not I play it on my own, or play it as a series. We will see. But either way, if you guys like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know. And if you want to see more, hit subscribe, because I just cover tons and tons of rad new indie games every single day. And I'm not actually sure if I'd consider this indie anymore. The budget is way too dang high. But still, this is definitely the kind of thing that I love to check out. All that said, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.